I stopped taking the hormonal birth control pill 6 years ago, and within 1 year, my acne came back with a vengeance. This leads me to say that there are so many things I wish I would have done differently if I could go back knowing what I know now about hormones, menstrual cycles, and using food as medicine. For those who don't know, my name is Julia. I'm a fertility nutrition consultant and a hormone holistic health coach, and I own a seed cycling company called Kormanski's Wellness. I talk to women all the time about hormones, and the number one question I get is, how do I prevent my acne from reoccurring when I come off of birth control? If you go on the pill for acne and it works, this is because your acne was most likely hormonal. And how the pill functions is it's going to suppress your hormones. And a lot of hormones that we produce also produce oil. So androgens are an example of these hormones. They're actually male-like hormones that we as women still produce in small amounts. But for some women, you can have an excess amount of these, especially if you have something like PCOS. When you come off birth control and your hormones have been suppressed for so long, these androgens that produce oil, which is also known as sebum in your skin, and when it mixes bacteria, it causes a breakout. These are going to rebound. Dr. Jolene Brighten actually coined it the androgen rebound. And this is when your androgens get so high that your oil production is going rampant. And so you tend to deal with more breakouts when you come off birth control. Now, there's a lot to know when it comes to preventing an androgen rebound. And what I didn't know is there are actually certain foods you can actually consume to help lower androgens. And there's actually certain foods as well that can increase androgens. So that's what we're gonna go over. So let's start off with teas because they are just so easy to incorporate in your daily routine. Drinking 2 cups of spearmint tea for 90 days has shown to reduce androgens in women with PCOS in particular. So make sure that you get some spearmint tea, stock up on that. Licorice tea also shown to reduce androgens, but with licorice tea, this definitely interacts with a lot of medications, so it needs to be something you're aware about. I would definitely choose spearmint tea over licorice tea if I was looking for a tea option. There's also been some research that almonds and walnuts in particular have shown to boost sex hormone binding globulin. It's also known as SHBG. This is going to help reduce androgens. While we're on the topic of nuts, this may surprise you, but peanuts are actually really high in androgens. So if you're someone who eats a lot of peanuts and peanut butter, this may be a sign you may want to switch to a alternative nut butter like almond butter and cashew butter, or cashews and almonds. Now on to seeds, my favorite superfood. Pumpkin seeds are really high in zinc, which is shown to be low in those with severe acne. Zinc is really powerful when it comes to regulating hormones, which makes it super important for warding off hormonal acne. Flaxseed is another seed to be aware about. It's not only high in omega-3 to help decrease the inflammation, but it is packed with lignans. This compound is the highest in flax in particular, and it is shown in some research to help with binding to androgens to help with its excretion. A super simple way to get in pumpkin seeds and flax seeds is going to be seed cycling. I love this remedy because you're basically consuming different seeds at specific times of your cycle. And if you don't have a cycle when you come to birth control, you can even go off the moon cycle, which is also 28 days, similar to an average menstrual cycle length. All you do is consume pumpkin and flax seeds from period ovulation or new moon to full moon, and sesame and sunflower seeds from ovulation to your next period or full moon to new moon. Seed cycling has been shown in research to help with PCOS in particular. My company makes this process super simple by pre-measuring your seeds so you have exactly what you need for each month, and also freshly grinding the seeds for maximum absorption. It's also crucial to know that it can take 90 days for an egg to mature, so it can also take 90 days to see improvements with things like hormonal acne. Seed cycling is not only great for androgen balance coming off of birth control, but it's also packed with fats and protein, which is great for blood sugar balance, and it's also high in fiber to help with your gut health. You actually need fiber to help feed your good gut bugs, and because gut health is really going to be negatively impacted when you're on birth control, this is going to be a wonderful remedy to include. Now, it's also important to keep in mind that your gut and your liver are negatively impacted being on birth control. Poor gut health is actually been associated with more severe acne, and so making sure that you're consuming more probiotics and prebiotics during this time is going to be so important. Probiotics are foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, and prebiotics are what feed the probiotics. This is going to be fiber-rich foods like leeks, onions, apples, and flaxseed. The probiotics are your good gut bacteria in your gut, and the prebiotics are what feed the probiotics to help them colonize and multiply, fostering a healthy microbiome. If you would like the step-by-step process on how to support your gut health using food, make sure to check out my most recent recent video on how to use food to improve your gut health. When your liver is sluggish, it tends to show up on your skin. So excess hormones, waste, and toxins are all things you need to make sure are being flushed out efficiently. So to do this, you want to make sure you're supporting your detox pathways. These toxins can only be eliminated through your urine, your bowel movements, sweat, lymphatic flow, and your lungs. Your liver is crucial to support, but its main responsibility is to transform these toxins in the form of water so they can be transported out of your body efficiently without unclogging the drain first. By supporting these detox pathways, toxins can build up and cause more harm than good. If you would like a step-by-step process on how to support detoxification in your body, I also have a video on this as well. The next step to reducing acne post-pill is to reduce inflammation. Inflammation drives acne, but specific nutrients can help reduce it. Omega-3 rich foods in particular are a great way to help decrease inflammation. This nutrient is found in foods like walnuts, hemp seeds, and also wild-caught salmon and tuna. I always recommend people to have at least 3 4-ounce servings of wild-caught salmon every single week. When I came off of birth control, I did not really eat that much salmon, and that's something I definitely would have done differently. Wild-caught salmon is not only high in omega-3, but it's also high in vitamin D, which is also a very great anti-inflammatory, and it's high in a bunch of nutrients that are going to be depleted on birth control. It's also important to be aware the reason why wild-caught salmon is so important and a little bit more supportive than plant-based omega-3. This is because they have DHA and EPA fatty acids. These are the most bioavailable compared to ALA, which is found in plant-based omega-3, and this is less bioavailable. Antioxidant-rich foods are also a great way to help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. Brazil nuts have the highest concentration of selenium, which is a mineral that has been depleted when you were on the birth control pill. So definitely important to make sure you're consuming this mineral when you've recently come off and if you are still currently on the pill. Just 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day is all you need for your selenium intake. If you are someone who drinks coffee every single day, I highly recommend switching to matcha green tea to get your caffeine fix, as this also has a powerful antioxidant called EGCG to help with inflammation. Sunflower seeds are high in vitamin E, which is also a powerful antioxidant, and vitamin C is going to be the highest in red bell peppers. Vitamin C is also found in foods though like kiwi and also citrus fruits. Also consider consuming turmeric, as it has a strong antioxidant called curcumin. Just make sure that you consume black pepper with it, as it's going to help activate curcumin so you get the full benefits, and also make sure you're pairing with healthy fats. Something else I would have done differently if I could go back in time is to reduce certain foods that drive inflammation, harm my gut health, and also increased IGF-1, which is insulin growth factor 1. Now, speaking of IGF-1, this actually is very similar to insulin, as it can drive oil production, causing more acne. There has been some research that has shown that certain dairy products like milk and even different proteins like whey and casein consumption has shown to increase the prevalence of breakouts, and this is largely because of the increase in IGF-1. Limiting seed oils can also help keep inflammation at bay. So when I was in college, I knew nothing about seed oils. In fact, I studied nutrition, and many of the professors actually praised seed oils. Like, we love canola oil, we love sunflower oil, all of that, because they were a PUFA. And again, this is definitely something I want to break down more into a separate video. So actually, let me know in the comments if you want me to break down seed oils more, as I know it is definitely a heated topic. It's a little bit controversial, but I definitely want to talk about it, because again, I actually was taught that seed oils are great for you, but when I really did more of the research into it, they are not. And I am a personal witness to say that when I stopped consuming seed oils, or just was more mindful of them, my skin started to clear up. So take that as you will. But if you are someone who wants to try to limit seed oils, there are certain ingredients that are actually being found in processed foods right now that are wonderful. So ghee is one of them, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, avocado oil, and extra virgin olive oil are all being seen in a lot of chips that I'm buying lately, like crackers, and that's a wonderful way to help try to keep your inflammation at bay. So again, I really want to know. Let me know if you want to listen to that video on seed oils. One of the most important things that you can do to help prevent acne coming off of birth control is to balance your blood sugar. This is something I did not do very well at the time, and it's probably why I dealt with so many breakouts. But the reason why it's so important is because high insulin and blood sugar can actually increase insulin production, which is going to increase sebum, which is the oil in your skin, and it's also going to exacerbate acne. So when we are eating for balanced blood sugar, you want to make sure you're eating a balanced breakfast within 1 to 2 hours. When I say a balanced breakfast, I mean make sure you're getting more colors on your plate, make sure you're getting fiber, make sure you're getting protein, and also a healthy fat. This is going to keep your blood sugar stable instead of going up and down and up and down. Next is to swap out your white carbohydrates like crackers, white pasta, white bread for high fiber whole food carbohydrates like pseudo grains, beans, and also root veggies. Improving your sleep quality, so getting at least 8 hours every single day and also having regular exercise every single day can also drastically help support blood sugar balance, and also making sure that you're eating every 3 to 5 hours. I have to mention this next tip because it's so important for blood sugar balance, and that's when you make a smoothie or some sort of snack, make sure it has protein and fat in it. So many times I see people eating a fruit or making a smoothie with like milk and fruit and like not enough protein, and they wonder why they're dealing with breakouts, but it's probably because their blood sugar is completely imbalanced. So when you're making a smoothie, for example, you want to make sure you're not only having milk and fruit in it, but you also make sure you're adding more fats like avocados, nuts, and seeds, and also adding some sort of protein. I like grass-fed collagen. I think that is wonderful for those who are acne prone, as we've just learned that whey can sometimes trigger breakouts. So I personally do grass-fed collagen in my smoothies, and that is how I get my protein in. That's also how I support my gut health. Last but not least is to avoid pore cloggers. These are also known as comedogenic ingredients, and these are found in many products that your face comes into contact with daily. So for example, if you're dealing with mouth breakouts, you're like, why does this keep happening? This could be because of your toothpaste. This was always me. I always had like a super natural toothpaste that had coconut oil in it, or I had a toothpaste that had SLS. Both of these are pore cloggers and can not only clog your pores, but create acne. Laundry detergent is a big one when it comes to pore cloggers and dealing with breakouts, as you tend to use your laundry detergent on towels, in clothes, in pillowcases, and they all come into contact with your face. Makeup and skincare, even if it's natural, can also clog your pores and create acne. So again, coconut oil we learned is a pore clogger, olive oil, cocoa butter, all of these can create breakouts. Algae and butyl stearate are also examples of pore cloggers that are found in makeup and skincare. Another thing that could have pore cloggers is your hair care. This is a big one too. If you have hairline breakouts, it's probably because you have pore cloggers in your shampoo. If you deal with back breakouts, this could not only be because of what you're washing your hair with, but also what kind of body wash you're using. If you were wondering how I know what types of products I use, if they have pore cloggers or not, I actually use this free app called Acne Safe. Literally just copy and paste the ingredients inside the app, and it tells you if it's acne safe or not. So really easy way to know. And no, I'm not affiliated with a company. It's just something that I've used for years. Also, something else I wish I would have known when I came off of birth control at the time is to clean my phone every single day, or at least like once a week, and to also clean my pillowcases once a week, as this is going to really help those who deal with cheek breakouts. As you've seen from the thumbnail, that was me, and I do think that was a big reason why I got those. Overall, I hope this video was insightful for you guys who are thinking of coming off of birth control in the future and want to prevent acne from reoccurring. I hope you feel more confident watching this video and more empowered to take charge of your health. And if you are someone who's currently in the weeds, if you're currently struggling with hormonal acne coming off of birth control, I really hope this video made things more simple and streamlined and just very easy to digest and easy to implement. So let me know in the comments where you are in your journey, and I hope you guys love this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to watch more videos like this one, make sure to smash that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.